Alright, how are you guys doing today? My name is Ben. Today we'll be checking out character teaser Zibai as Drifting Wayside Dust, Genshin Impact. I'm very much looking forward to Lantern Rite and seeing the debut of Zibai. The White Horse Adeptus after all this time. But that's not great. Just trying to pick some fruit and then fell down. Then awakening in a moonlit bamboo forest. Is this Zibai's domain of sorts?
Are you an adeptus?
Perhaps.
Dwelling among these peaks, what else could I be?
Love the art style they decided to go with.
Thanks to you, these fish can have a taste of the mortal world. My mom's sick. Those herbs, I was gonna sell them. Then,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
up to you.
she should be able to make things right.
A story.
Easy enough.
A pretty price. A story.
Feeding the koi. The three moons.
Long ago, three moons hung high in the heavens. Bathed in their light was an ancient nation called Langan. Langan was home to a divine envoy.
So even
who
before
bestowed nature's
Liu
bounty upon the land.
Before
The
Rex
day
Lapis,
the nation worshipped her.
there's Zibai.
But then, in a twist of fate, the moons shattered, and Langan fell to
Or
ruin.
just in general. A very long time ago.
The envoy sheltered what people she could, guiding them east, toward a new place to call home.
Guiding them to Leeway perhaps then.
Doing so, she defied heaven's
So,
will, and
from a
was
different
cast
part
into a celestial
of
prison
Teyvat.
punishment.
And Celestia was not happy about it.
People claim one day in heaven is 100 years in the mortal realm. But I rather wonder
Yeah, I'm curious
if it's not the opposite.
if we can come across.
That prison
That
must
region.
be a torturous place indeed. Oh, I've never heard this story.
Because Rex Lapis established Leeway about 3,000 years ago. And we know the moons fell at least 1,000 years ago. The Hyperboreans, all that sort of stuff.
Another day,
But
another 100 years.
could have been even further back. I don't know. Times in Teyvat sometimes are not the most exact. Sometimes we just get ranges of like, oh, this happened a long time ago. And this was a few hundred years ago. And it's like, okay. Now this terror running back to the mortal world.
Is this the Quayle Assembly?
The Quayle Assembly? That name hasn't been used for centuries.
Is she in a different time? And then waking back up. Gwaili, like the Gwaili Plains in Leeway. Yeah, waking up unharmed. And there's the White Horse Adeptus. Cool. 4 minutes? What? How? How'd that go by? How'd 4 minutes go by that quickly? That's insane. Oh man, let's read off the description and then we'll go back through. According to the genealogy of the Liu clan, an ancestor walked through the moonlit woods, chanced upon a tale of the Adepti. Be it truth or fable, 'tis but drifting wayside dust. Damn. Yeah, so that would have been the story we just saw here. The ancestor finding Zibai centuries ago. Those darn herbs. Those. Oh man. I feel like those alongside the ones in Sumeru Cliffs, two of the most annoying ones to get. But of course, then you add Nahida then, and things a little bit easier. But yeah, I do love the style they decided to go with. You can see almost the texturing, you know, because if this were watercolor on parchment, you'd have still that texture coming through. And that's really cool to see that continued on. Yeah, they just they did a great job presenting this beautiful atmosphere.
Are you an adeptus?
Just floating her on
Dwelling
over.
among these peaks, what else could I be? At last, thanks to you, these fish can have a taste.
It's
of
interesting
the
how she describes herself as his envoy, trying to help the people, and then Celestia being very unhappy about that.
Then, to make it up to you,
It all starts with the moon
perhaps a story. It might fetch a pretty price.
being disrupted here.
Long
I feel like even that specific formation of the moons, there's some symbolism there.
3 moons hung high in the heavens. Bathed in their light was an ancient nation.
Ancient nation. Now, that's what I'm curious about is how ancient, because the War of Funerary Flame would have been when the moons were locked away, and I'm guessing during or right after that, Celestia, the heavenly principles would have then created the firmament, or, you know, only had the one false moon in the sky, and the other 3 would have then been hidden. So, very long time ago. Don't have an exact date in my mind of when that would have been, but
Called the Longan.
a while ago
Longan
indeed.
was home to a divine envoy who
Zibai.
bestowed nature's bounty upon the land, and in return, the nation worshipped her.
An entire nation.
In a twist of fate, the moons shattered,
Yeah,
and Longan
Only
fell
one
to ruin.
corpse remained.
Unable to bear it, the envoy sheltered what people she could, guiding them east, toward a new place to call home. Yet in doing so, she
Yeah,
defied
I'm very interested to get more of that backstory and more of Zibai's view of it. In the Lantern Rite, I definitely think that'll be very, very interesting to dive into. I think in the trailer we did actually
and was cast into a
see
celestial prison as
that
a
we would get to a celestial prison. Yeah, I think we did see in the trailer that there would be some more of a backstory involving the moon. I remember a specific domain we saw where I was like, oh, it's pretty pretty.
But I rather wonder if it's not the opposite.
So the influence of time related to the moons again, and her prison, which it seems almost saying is the false moon, perhaps. Or maybe it was the frost moon, and Columbina reestablishing its connection to Devat is what allows Zibai to be free once again. That could be interesting. But yeah, one day is 100 years in the mortal realm. But what if the perception was flipped? What if, for her, it's felt as if it's been thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of years? Kind of like how we've gone with Skirk's description of how time passes in the Abyss versus
But
the
I
real
rather
world.
wonder
Right? It was a similar thing where it's like, oh yeah, you could be in the Abyss for like 1 month, right, in Devat, but in the Abyss it was quite a bit longer.
if it's not the opposite.
That's how Child got trained so quickly. So when he popped back up, everyone was like, wait, what happened to you, Child? How are you like a weapons expert now? Except for still needing to practice the bow.
First place, indeed.
Oh, I've never heard this story.
Voice acting is great. can really hear the melancholy in her voice there,
Coming from an
talking about the
adeptus,
prison,
it must be worth quite the sum.
but then changing again to be more lighthearted when she's like, all right, can't be too depressing around this kid.
Another day, another
Dawn
100 years.
approaches.
Time to go home.
Yeah, so she really is experiencing time like that, and seems like the only time she's even able to interact sometimes is during night. Yeah, and then here it's this really intense feeling, this terror, tension, and as we get it, you almost get the idea that time has passed for her as well in this dream.
The Quayle Assembly. That
Hasn't
name
been
hasn't
used
been
for
used
centuries.
for centuries.
The time shenanigans, and then pulled apart by time, whisked away to reawaken. Oh, and that was also at the end here, such a clean transition, because we go up to viewing the moon in the White Horse Adeptus, and perfectly do Song of the Woken Moon. Yeah, beautiful way of presenting this story. Makes me extremely interested in finding out more about Zibai and her story, even about the people she used to overlook and protect, and how she would maybe feel, you know, if she can find a place in this new age, if she can, you know, find a new purpose. I don't know, it's going to be very interesting to see how she interacts with the current day Liyue, which is, you know, further and further trying to progress humanity away from the gods. You know, they'll still work with the Adeptus, but it's a new age in Liyue compared to her ancient history. So, very interesting character. I love that with NodKrai and Song of the Woken Moon in general, that we've had this such a deep dive and touching on these parts of lore which we've been aware of for years, but hadn't been extrapolated upon, hadn't been diving into in detail. And I love that we've been getting that. It really I think brings a lot more people to appreciate the deep world building and storytelling that Genshin has always had, but sometimes wasn't able to fully convey because there's just so much. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I can't wait to do Lantern Rite and see Zibai's story, more of that there. So, hey, let me know what you guys thought down below. What you think of this teaser for Zibai? What you think of the animation style? How they decided to do that? The music? Zibai's and the girl's voice acting? And some of the story we got here about Zibai's perspective and her prison after assisting the people to flee. You know, blame it all on Celestia is what I say. I think every now and again they have done things that were necessary, but a lot of other times it's kind of like, Celestia, you've been set up as the baddies, you've been doing a lot of bad things all these years. What's going on? But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe and watch what you want to watch. Hope you guys all have a great day, night, whatever time it is for you. Love y'all. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. See ya.